Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It's time to start building our dreams. So really, if you guys are watching this, you're a first-time tractor buyer or you're looking at buying a new piece of equipment, a new tractor. And so I'm gonna walk you through the 10 steps that I use in pursuit of buying a tractor. If you don't know anything about this channel, it's a small tractor channel. If you're into tractor tools and trucks, this is definitely your channel. If you would, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and keep coming back for more. At any time, if you've got questions, leave a comment below. I'll try to get back to you guys as quickly as possible. With that being said, let's get started. I want to walk you through similar steps that I took before I bought Mad Max. Any tractor purchase is a huge purchase, and it goes without saying it's a serious investment. You want something that's going to last for many years, and also there's lots of decisions to make. I'm going to pull out my trusty list here, and we're going to kind of go over some of the highlights. So step one, all right, you want to define the why. All right, is this a want or a need? For me, it was a want. If you Google the definition for a need, it's circumstances in which something is necessary or that requires some course of action, a necessity. Or is it simply something that you want or desire? Does it support other questions that go along that line with defining the why is, does it support a hobby, a business, or a way of life? So if you live on a farm, of course you're gonna need a tractor to move hay bales, bush hog fields, and do general maintenance around your property. You don't have to have a farm to have a need for a tractor. I'm on about a third of an acre. I don't necessarily need a tractor, but as you'll see, tractors are extremely handy. So the most important step is number two, okay? So step number two is define your budget and how much can you afford. Are you paying out of pocket? Are you taking out a loan? Do you need help financing? The first thing you want to do is pull your three credit reports once a year and know what your score is. And that's going to help you with your financing and knowing where you stand. If you need to do some credit improvement, pay down some debt before you go out there and invest in a tractor, or if you're sitting pretty good. And then also, how much do you have a trade-in? Do you have an ATV that you're looking to trade up to a tractor? Do you have another tractor? And then, of course, how much can you afford, right? So, can you afford $300, $400, $500? This tractor runs me right about $500 a month, which is about equivalent to a car payment. Some tractors can be over $600 or $1,000. How much of your income are you willing to dedicate towards a tractor? Number three, okay, what is your primary purpose? This will help you start deciding, what kind of tractor and implements are you looking at when you do your research. Okay, what are you digging? How much or how often? Are you moving things with pallet forks? What are you moving? How much and how often? Mowing, is your primary purpose just to cut a field? Or what is your primary purpose? Mowing, how much and how often are you mowing? Are you mowing every week? Are you mowing daily? Are you dragging a 10-foot wide batwing cutter through a field? Or are you looking at just maintaining your local property, larger residential lot with 2 to 3 acres where you need a 60 to 72 inch mower deck or a 54 inch mower deck? Step four is kind of sizing up the tractor. Does size matter? Okay, which is better? If you're digging, is it better to have a smaller tractor that you can get back into a back part of a property, or a bigger tractor where you can move more material at one time? Once again, if you're moving items, which is better? Something that's bigger, that's got a lot of lift capacity for moving baskets of firewood or timber, maybe a grapple so you can actually pick up some smaller trees, or are you wanting something smaller so you can get it in the backyard to, put some mulch in? And then mowing, how much are you mowing? Are you mowing a residential lot? Are you mowing 20, 30, 50 acres, 100 acres plus? And that's kind of how you decide what you want to do. And then how are you planning to haul your equipment? So this is kind of helping you define size. Is it something you can tow, or is it something you're going to have to get a semi truck to move for you in order to get back to your property? And how much is that going to cost? Delivery sometimes is free with the smaller machines. And then is your equipment up to the challenge? So for me, I've got a Dodge 3500. For a small tractor like this, you could probably get away with the F-150, Chevy 1500 or Dodge 1500. You could get away with a small car trailer. I'd recommend a 2-axle trailer at a minimum. You want to make sure this whole package, when you add on the belly mower, is just over 4,000 pounds. So Any other implements you want to carry with you, you need to take that in consideration. From that, you need to take the total weight of your trailer and what it can carry, deduct the amount the trailer weighs, and then see how much room you've got left for tractor and attachments. Further define your requirement. That's where we get into what attachments you are wanting and needing. So we'll pan you over here. And then, do you want to run a mid PTO? Do you have a need to move snow or use a mid-mount mower? So those are just some further questions to help define the problem. When we talk about attachments, and when you're in the buying process, there's different things that they have rebates on. For the buckets, sometimes you can get a set of pallet forks or something like that. That'll count as an attachment. For the Mahindra, when I bought mine, the mid-mount mower counted as an attachment. The backhoe counted as an attachment. And then I got a discount on 2 other attachments over here. And I'll pan you guys over that way. So when I bought my tractor, I actually bought, what you see in the middle right is the Mahindra landscape brake. Along the same lines, I got a fixed, the greater blade was only about $450. So you can kind of game the system when you purchase this, offset the cost of the backhoe and what have you. So the landscape brake was about $600. The greater blade was about $400. Each one of those implements saved me about $1,000. I think the only other implement I got a discount on was the backhoe. So I think it was a buy 3 or buy 4 deal. Other purchases after I bought the tractor, of course, I got a set of pallet forks. Those are from Titan Attachments. Those are 48-inch, 4,000 pound skid steer pallet forks. And those will haul 4,000 pounds. They're 48 inches long. That's way overkill for the tractor. And that adds about 325 pounds. Deduct that from your overall rated lift capacity. Over here, if you've watched my previous episodes, the J-Bar land plane, that is a 6-foot land plane, and it weighs every bit of over 525 pounds. Heavy built. And another thing to keep in mind is where are you going to store your attachments and where are you going to store your tractor. So for me, for my dirt moving attachments, I keep those outside. For the pallet forks, I keep those in the garage along with a bucket because I don't want the bucket rusting away. It's probably about the thinnest piece of metal of all the attachments. Along with your attachments is, especially if you're looking at cutter, what size tractor do you need to run the cutter that you have? So for a Mahindra Max, you can look at K6 Outdoors. He'll tell you each day, and he's got tillers and other attachments. A good 4 or 5 foot tiller, a bush hog, you're good with this. If you get up to a 6 foot, you're really pushing the limits. And you also have to look at your attachments capability and the rated output. So the Mahindra Max 26 XLT is rated at 21 horsepower at the PTO, 25.9 horsepower at the engine. So for me, this was a good balance. That's probably the most important thing. Then you've got to take into consideration the weight of the actual attachment. Like we were talking about with the loader, you may be rated at 1402 at the pivot pins down at the bottom of the bucket, which if you don't know what the pivot pins are, it's the bottom pin down there, dead weight, 1,402 pounds, no bucket, no nothing. So when you add the bucket, that's about 125 to 225 pounds. Set of pallet forks is 325, so you deduct that from your overall lift capacity. You got to think weight, compaction, and friction whenever you're lifting. If you're pushing dirt, you're not going to get 1,400 pounds in that bucket. You may only get about 900 to 1,000 pounds. When we were doing the paver test the other week, we got about 816 pounds worth of pavers on to the pallet forks that included the pallet, and then 17 pounds per paver. If you got questions about attachments or anything, leave a comment below and the community will help you guys out. Step 6 is shop around, do your research. So there's all kinds of resources out there. You got virtual, every single manufacturer's got an online website. You can build out your Mahindra, you can build out your John Deere, your Kubota, your Branson, you name it. Make sure you do your virtual. So let's talk about a walk around. So when I walk around the tractor, all right, things that I'm looking for is I'm looking for any hoses or anything that could be caught or snagged by a tree. If you get a loader, you definitely want some type of brush guard. This one's got a couple of nicks because lo and behold, stuff will happen to fall. Your hydraulic lines on my Max are all inside the rail. Only thing that sticks up are these. They're bundled together. They've got some protection on them. And then if you look where my hydraulics are, they're inside the loader frame. Some dangle down here. With the Max, you got a huge support frame solid steel construction, and then you also have the added protection of all this stuff. These are the cables that run to the joystick and the loader handle. They're up, tucked out of the way. You could snag these on something, but for the most part, you've got enough stuff under there to really protect you. When you come to the side, again, there's no hoses in the way, and the backhoe is back here, so you have a attached backhoe. Do not get one of those 3-point backhoes unless you have a huge, monstrous tractor that is mowing 100+ acres, and then you can get a little bitty backhoe like this for on there, but they're not cheap. So the time to buy your backhoe is definitely when you're buying your tractor. If you want a mid-mount mower, they're all a little bit different. John Deere's got the auto connect. My mid-mount mower is stored currently in my shed, but that's a seasonal thing. I actually run my tractor more in this configuration than I do with the mower on. Also, you got to think every time you drive that mower, you got to worry about scraping something, because that's just something extra hanging down. One comparison I will say is if you look at the front on the Mahindra, right here, where the steering shaft is, it's up and out of the way, okay? I drove my dad's 3038E. First time I ever used it, I snapped off a hydraulic connector that was pointing straight down towards the ground. Stick came in and ripped it off. So far, knock on wood, I haven't hurt any of the hydraulics on this. If you look here, everything is pretty much tucked in out of the way, and it's reinforced. If you look closely, everything is neatly tucked away and it's strapped to the frame. You're not going to get a whole bunch of stuff in here, and if you do, it's small things like this little plastic fuel bowl. So there's not a whole lot you got to worry about ripping off. All the lines are protected on the side, and again, all my hydraulics are tucked in behind this arm, which is great. So that's kind of what led me to make my final decisions with the Max 26 XLT. So after you do your walk around, look it over, look at your prices, look at your comps, you definitely want to take and sit on the tractor, see how it feels. The loader handle for the Max 26 XLT was moved to the side, which I really like. Some tractors have them up here, your arm will get tired. Got an added armrest, got the M Comfort seat, which is great for when you're on the tractor for hours at a time. I've only put 62 hours in this tractor, but it's been phenomenal. Also, you want to be able to, adjust it to the operator. So I'm about 6'1". I fully can sit with this all the way back and still feel like I'm reaching for the clutch pedal. This one also has the adjustable steering wheel. Some people like that, some people really don't care. And then I got this little spinner knob. Everything I need to do on the tractor is easily within reach. The only thing I don't like is that my fuel fill is actually up here in the middle instead of being back on the fender or tucked away on the side where it would be easier to get to. I don't like the fact that I have to basically lay a fuel can on top to refuel. And then you also want to make sure that, if you have a tier 4 emission system that uses DEF, DEF has come a long way. Just know that you need to let the machine do the regen cycle, otherwise you're going to possibly void your warranty. So another thing you want to do is see if your dealer will let you take a test drive. I got to test drive a Max 26 with the shuttle shift. I didn't like it because I had to clutch and shift every single time, forward and reverse. It will push harder into dirt, but if you're doing a lot of small back and forth movements, that shuttle shift can get a little bit old. After you do your test drive, don't sign anything. Don't let them pull your credit. Just get your quotes, go home, think it over. And then ask about questions you want to ask is, what is a warranty? What does it cover? How long does it cover? For this one, I got a 2-year bumper to bumper, 7-year powertrain and engine warranty, standard Mahindra warranty. Never had to take it to the shop. It's been a great little tractor. A few little leaks here and there, but things that I could fix on my own. Also, if you're going to use this for any type of production, do they have a loaner program? So I had to sign a waiver saying I opted out of the loaner program. They do have loaner programs at some dealerships. So if you are using your tractor for production, whether that's on the farm or you're a contractor, a landscaper, they do have where you can, just like a car dealership, get a loaner vehicle, keep you in the game, keep you at work while they take and they do the repair, warranty work, or what have you. Or you break your frame and it's sitting for 6 months. Hopefully you got that loaner that you can swap out. All those things are dealer add-ons that you've got to pay for. Step 7 is real easy. Go home, think it over, sleep on it. Don't rush into any decision. It's an expensive purchase. Once again, go back through the previous steps, shop around. Dealer service, you want to find a dealer that's going to take care of you at the end of the day. All right, now step number 8 is when you start the buying process. All right, if you are ready, and only when you're ready, go to the dealer, go through the final numbers, check, double check everything, read the fine print, make sure you get the warranty in writing, make sure you get everything that you pay for in writing, make sure that they haven't accidentally put something in there that you're not agreeing for to pay for. Make sure you get a copy of the operator's manuals, and then everything else. Now step 9 is important as well. So you've gone there, you've paid for your equipment, you're getting ready to start your payment on your loan. It may take you a week, 2 weeks, a month, especially with current production schedules. They may not have the machine you want on the lot, and they may have to search across the globe or the nation to find it. So when you take delivery, all right, you want the dealer to take you through a full walk around. All right, you're going to check everything, make sure that they greased everything that's supposed to be greased. Everything should be clean. On a used tractor, this one would be in great shape, you know, low hours, a few little scratches and dents, but for the most part, the paint's phenomenal. Everything looks pristine. The hoses aren't cracked. It's not leaking fluid anywhere or anything like that. Look for any missing parts. So unfortunately, when I did pick up my tractor, there were some missing parts because tractor dealers will have a tractor sit on the lot, and then they'll configure it to whatever configuration you want in-house, and then they'll sell it to you. They had to add on the mower, they had to add on the backhoe, and there were just a few minor things like, you know, the triangle wasn't there. So Chattanooga Tractor did a great job. They took care of me. One of the guide wheels broke within the first week of owning the tractor, and they sent me a replacement. So I would gladly do business with them again. I felt like they treated me right, and that's how you want your dealer to treat you. Also, let them show you how to use the tractor. You know, raise, lower, left, right. Talk about the ROPS, any adjustments you need to make. When do you need to do your services? The full kit and caboodle. You already paid for it. They owe you, at a minimum, for you to go off, operate your tractor safely so that you can, you know, make your payments every month. Last thing you want to do is roll your tractor over, get injured, get hurt because you weren't informed how to safely operate it. So after you take delivery, step 10 is real easy. Maintain your tractor. The best way to retain value in a piece of equipment is to maintain it. That means every 10 hours you're greasing all your points. Okay, so there's all kinds of greasing points on this tractor. Every single one of these hydraulic connections has a grease fitting. There's probably 12 on each side, but there's 4 underneath. There's front tie rods you've got to grease. So every 10 hours you're putting grease on your loader, your backhoe, and anything that moves. Another thing to consider when you buy your tractor is how easy is it to get to work on. So for the Max, the hood simply lifts up. All right, here's my fuel bowl down here. My oil dipsticks in the back. Here's your radiator, you can check that. Your air cleaner up here, your oil's right there, your radiator, your screen. This one's actually a little bit dirty, so we'll clean that while we're in there. We'll clean that. You can take a brush and dust that off, but you want to make sure you clean your screen, especially if you're mowing, so you don't catch fire. You don't want to burn a tractor to the ground. If you've got any questions on how to work on the Max 26 XLT, go check out my video. It's about the easiest tractor maintenance you can do. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Quick 10 steps on how to go about buying a tractor. That's what I did as a first-time tractor buyer. Make sure you do lots of research, get your hands on time, and then make sure your finances are straight, more importantly than anything else, and consider how much towards your income you're willing to dedicate towards purchase of a tractor. You can make money using a tractor. Just make sure you've got the proper business insurance and general liability, and make sure that you're doing things legally. You don't want to get your machine impounded and then, like mine, when I financed it, I financed it as an individual. It's really only for me and friends, and if I want to use it for any type of commercial business, I've got to at least let the bank know that, hey, I'm using this for business, and make sure that I've got the proper insurance for it. With that being said, if you liked today's video, do me a solid, give me a thumbs up, hit the like button, consider subscribing. If you would, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and keep coming back for more. If you got questions, please leave a comment below. I'll try to get back to you guys as quickly as possible. Also, if there's something I don't know, I'm not going to pretend like I know it all on all this. This is my first tractor. I've had it for about a year, and I absolutely love it. So once again, thanks for watching. You guys get to come along for the ride, watch me build my dream. But the true purpose of this channel is to motivate and inspire you to get out there and help you guys start building your dreams.